unexpected here.
It has.
And
I took a screenshot of it.
It's a bit haunting. Something you really don't want to deal with too well because it doesn't really show up in competitive that often. However, Haunting Mind's going to be our next battleground. Very excited to see how this is going to unfurl.
Haunted Minds is like the caster's dream because it's so fun to watch, but nobody ever loves to play it. This is our first Haunted Minds in, God, weeks, I want to say.
Yeah. It's, I mean, if I were to think about the last time I had to cast Haunting Minds, I'd really have to rattle my skull.
I get it, because skulls. That's apparently, what? Why is, no, Haunted Minds. All right.
It says Cursed Hollow under the draft.
And, there we go, Haunted, what? Why does it say Cursed Hollow in the draft?
Don't question these things. Don't question these things.
All right, fine. Okay, Haunted Minds ready to go. First pick, first ban is going to be Pundemonium this round, so they are not eager to play up against Anubarak, apparently.
Right, and that's not a bad idea. Anubarak, a very, very wily person in this map, especially just with the beetles, really help with pushing that Grave Golem. However, Magic and Malice is going to respond by banning out Brightwing.
Indeed. No Brightwing here. I mean, the heals, just the default heals of Brightwing are just really good. I'm not entirely too sure it's a ban worthy, especially as a first ban. I think there's a lot of DPS that kind of need to go the way of the curbside, but...
Well, the last game, their healing was really on point, and they put a noble effort to really keep all their teammates alive because it was played by I Am Noble 6.
And on that note, Sylvanas is the first pick instead of getting all the way to the second bans. So definitely a little bit more standard already. And not a first pick that we see a lot of, but she is a lovely lady in a hood. Vala is going to come out here from Magic and Malice. She was the last pick last round. She's the first pick this round. She's going to be with the wily Templar of Zeratul.
Yes, and that's actually a pretty good pairing. Not sure about on this map, though. Melees are a little bit scary because you have to be defending or be on the offensive behind or in front of that Grave Golem, and that puts you in a really awkward position when you're a melee player or a melee assassin. So it's going to be really weird. However, Pundemonium, oh man, I am loving their draft already. Picking up that Tassadar. Shields and Mules make this map so easy for defense. And then picking up the Muradin as well.
Hammer hype. I mean, we had the last round, Pundemonium did actually have their Muradin. It was their preferred warrior choice. And the Tassadar immediately has a pickup up against Zeratul. I mean, you're really just going to have that Zeratul's number, especially with a mental acuity at level 4.
So I'm curious to see. We've got the double bans coming out. So we've got the second pair of bans.
Yep.
Johanna.
Yeah, the JJ. Jaina and Johanna.
Yeah. Both of them getting knocked out. There is a crusade against having that warrior in this mix. Am I right?
All right. Jane is just too cool for school here, so.
See? Now you're getting into it.
Magic and Malice. I mean, they got to put up a warrior. They got to put up a support. Fortunately, I mean, really, there's only been one ban on any of this. We got the flex already from Pundemonium, so I don't really think they care what kind of healer they're going to get out of this. And here's a guy that I know you absolutely adore.
Oh my God. Speak of the Devil Diablo shows up on Magic and Malice's draft. Wow. And mixed with Kael'thas. It's definitely not going to be a Song of Ice. It's going to be a song of a lot of fire coming out from their side.
Magic and Malice going very D&D with the Fire Mage there, for sure. And, you know, bringing in Diablo, not somebody we see a lot of, but there is a lot of pain to be had with that combo. You throw him over the shoulder into the gravity. Zeratul, Vala, they're just kind of wham on them as well. Flame strikes for days. I mean, this is just, it's a really is a map of close quarters. You know, you're in the mines. There's a lot of fighting down there, a lot of fighting in the jungle, over creeps, over the mid, defending. There's just so much value you can get out of the Kael'thas.
Oh, yes, most certainly, especially just with how long range he is. Again, this comes back to what I was saying before about those melee assassins. You have to sit behind or in front, you know, behind a Grave Golem at one point, no matter what, and you have to lay damage down on your opponents. Kael'thas, level 13, flamethrower, 50% extra range. Oh my God, it's so easy to land those things. He's like sniping from afar. It's so nice. So we're seeing Pundemonium then answer with an Uther and a Tychus.
Yep.
Very good set of people coming out here from Pundemonium. They've got a great draft already. I mean, this is going to absolutely take perfect advantage of this map. Melting Point on Tychus if they go for it, or even if they went for overkill. Either way, you're going to have a very, very nice range. Then looking at Magic and Malice, they're going to come back with Malfurion.
Absolutely. Yeah, so big heals coming out there for that Diablo, for the Zeratul, and they're going to need them. There's not a huge amount of burst to come out from Pundemonium, so I think Malfurion to distribute the healing load is going to be absolutely just fine. I like that pick. And even if she gets a little bit too far down, Ice Block. So he does have a lot of answers to this. Now, on the flip side, though, I mean, with that Tassler and the Flex, you are going to be down damage in team fights, but Pundemonium, they have a heck of a push comp.
Yes, they do. And, you know, you say it's down in the team fights, but come on, man. Archon, their power is going to be overwhelming.
And game number 2 on that note, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be coming at you. The Haunted Mines. This is a treat for everyone. Who will actually put the point on the board? Will it be a Pundemonium 2-0? Will it be a Magic and Malice, tying this game series up? A little bit, again, of an atypical draft. There was, a Vala first pick. We haven't seen that in forever. Zeratul is pretty on point, but Diablo coming out seems more of a bruiser than the frontliner. But if they can combo down with roots and gravity lapses and all that, then I think they're just going to do just fine.
Quite right. And remember that a good portion of this isn't just pushing with your golem, but also winning in the mines. But as we say that, we get on into the game. Let's take a look at level 1 on the left-hand side in the blue. It is Pundemonium Ryushi on the Sylvanas. We've got I Am Noble 6 on the Uther, Chiana on Tychus, Soul on Muradin, and down here, well, he's a little bit elevated. He's a plane. Look at how cool he looks right now. It's Mirando as the Tassadar.
Ground control to Major Tom. Yeah. So Kurorai, Moose Dude and Transmute looks like they're going to be heading into the bottom lane at least first. Well, maybe. They've got to move first. There you go. Cognium is going to be on the Vala this round, and Hokai. Is it Hokai? Yeah, Hokai is going to be into the top. Okay. Now, what we normally see is a 4-1 split, and that's exactly what Pundemonium's doing here, and they're going to find that Diablo immediately, and he is back to his lair.
Yeah, I was about to say, they sent him very, very well back into his domain, and that's very nice for them. First blood gonna go on over here. The Pundemonium Transmute gonna come on in here, but doesn't look like he can change the situation too much.
No, not yet. So the 3-2 split, I don't think is gonna do Magic and Malice any favors. And what do we actually have for level 1 talents, sir?
Level 1 talents, we have nothing too crazy coming out here. We've got the additional damage on Overkill. Oh my god, Hakai taking too much damage again! Falls. And there's no evil laughing because he doesn't have enough souls here. Even though, well, Soul is here, but not enough of him.
Yeah, only 3 souls. So block coming up from the Uther. Is this going to be more of a warrior style Uther to hold that front line? Bottom lane, Mirando Cyan Fusion, so the mana return will do him really, really good down there. Perfect Storm on the Bolt. It's not a reverberation. I kind of expected to see a bit more of an AoE tactic out of the Muradin, just to kind of go with Chiani, to go with Ryushi. But again, like, look at this 4-man comp top. These towers almost out of ammo. They can't fire anyways. And we've already gotten 2 kills on top of Hakai. This is where you need to get somebody. You need to put Moose Dude into the top. Just leave it right to it.
Yeah, they're trying to bombard this bot lane, but it's just not working. The mines now will open in the next 15 seconds, so they need to set up something really nice. They are only down a level. They tried to go for the overpower shadow charge, but it just isn't working just yet. They need to go home. They need to heal back up because already look at how low Transmute is. Moose Dude coming on up here. And look, it's a perfect hero for him to play. He's already got antlers. Perfect. And Vala, oh no! You know what they say, FourCourt. Vala Morghulis.
That's what some people say, yes. And if you ever meet one of those people, run for your lives, ladies and gentlemen. But Moose Dude is, he finally came into the top lane. It wasn't enough to save out the Vala. Bottom lane hasn't actually made the transition into the mines, but the skulls are up, and already 22 to the name here, the Pundemonium. Moose Dude is going way too far forward, and he is going to pay that price. Malfurion is going to be down, and now Hakai could actually be paying that iron price here as well.
Oh, yes, actually, looks like Kuroai now going to try and come in here, but Hakai yet again going to fall. Kuroai is just not going to be able to stride his way out of this one, and he's going to go down. This is just not looking too good in the beginning of this match.
Now, Cognium is doing some good work here into the bottom. He is going to put some skulls on the table here for his team, but he is likely to get caught here. And well, if he's not going to be running, well, I'm sure that these two gents will oblige a kill quick and true. for Cognium. But so 10 skulls, it's likely to be an overwhelming golem at this point for Pundemonium.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a rough thing to have to defend against, even if it's the first golem, which we have recently changed, so that's a little bit weaker than the later golems. But still, it's going to be a massive, massive golem already. There's not really... Actually, it looks like they're even backing up. They don't even want to go for taking out the big golem in the mines.
Oh, can they actually get the kill on Tychus? Tychus will make the incredible escape right back through the mine shaft. He will actually not drop. 6 kills and nil. We're still looking for that first blood for the Magic and Malice. And it looks like Zeruto actually picked him off underground.
All right, so that's going to be their first takedown. Can they keep this chain going? Oh, it looks like that's not actually going to happen as they lose a double takedown in the bot lane back on the surface. And ooh me, oh my, this is not looking too good already. Well, it looks like the rest of Pundemonium going to make their ways down here, and they're going to start cleaning up the Grave Golem and make this situation a little bit more grave for their opponents.
He said should be an overwhelming golem here for the Pundemonium side. If they can get all of these skulls, it's going to be 90-10 split. Transmute's coming down here. She's going to be checking things out. What did Transmute actually end up going? Seasoned Marksman focused attack. Not exactly a big dive build that he's trying right here, but Noble 6 thinking maybe he'll track him down. Nope, the rest of them are just going to head on back home. What other kind of level 4 talents do we have out here, Sham 2?
Well, we do have actually Diablo going for full trait build here. Soulcatcher and Soulfeast coming in here. However, looking on the other side, you know what? I was talking about that melting point when we were looking at the draft, and that's exactly what Tychus picked up, which is going to allow him to do so much siege damage standing behind his golem. And with a 90 skull golem, ooh, me oh my, that's going to be really scary.
So level 7's also just coming into the mix here. About a level difference between the teams. Now, you don't actually see Magic and Malice going for their own giants. They're putting a lot of pressure here into mid, and they're going to get the Bruisers. But the Bruisers are not really a big answer to the big golem now, just kind of walking right down this top lane. They are actually going to go for this gank instead, and I'm not sure that is going to do them any favors in the long run.
Oh, it definitely does not look like it's going to do so well here. Hakai now finally going to fall as well. Transmute and Cognium trying to get away. Fala falls. She's full of hatred, but she's not full of health. Dude trying to get by, but the roots. Oh, man, that's almost ironic, getting rooted as a Malfurion. Totally ironic.
So let's see what's happening in this bottom lane. 10 skull golem, Stone Bros doing work. Towers are out of ammo, but they're going to defend this lane very handily. And this gigantoid, muscular, and steroid-riddled golem is just going to be marching down top to the death of Vel'Thas to boot.
Yeah, he's got these giant crystals popping out his back. I'm curious about what happened with these crystals, where they came from.
Don't you crystallize, bro?
I don't know, but all I have to say is this golem's ready to rock.
Ready to rock. I'll go with it. Yeah, armor-piercing rounds doing some really good work there on top of that Diablo. You just chase them all down. Vala's going to drop here as well. The kill count is insane. You add the levels together, and you still don't get the kills that you have from the Pundemonium, and they are looking for a keep.
They're looking for a keep, and it looks like they're going to get it. There's not much out here to defend it. There is the Odin coming down here, and he's going to just start doing so much damage. And, oh, man.
Is this going to be an 8-minute win?
I think it looks like it's going to be an 8-minute game. Oh, man.
Divine Shield comes out, keeps that Mirrodin going. Vala's going to drop here as well. 20 kills to 2, and the first golem still going strong. A little under half hit points. Tasnar will drop. The Tychus is out. I think they might have actually been able to save it. It depends on how much work these respawns can do. The timers are just not lengthy. Hakai is coming back into this. The golem's on that court, and they will hold, at least for now, for a little longer.
Yeah, but the core problem here is that they lost their keep. That's going to be constantly pushing in. They lost 60, or they're down to 68% of core health. Uther, oh my god, that was so close.
Pure eyes, just like nuts. Drats.
He looked like he was going for the auto attack, but it didn't animate the auto attack.
It looked like he just snapped his fingers.
Snapped his fingers. Yeah. God dang. Oh, that was great.
With him this time. All right, Gianna, he was one of the first big casualties in that big push on top of the core. And already, again, Stone Bros did so much work
my
down
God.
here. The entire gate is gone. Chiana comes in and blows up the core. It's going to be 12-9 as we've seen this before. Shampoo, very reminiscent of game number 1. The overkill comes forth with those stuns. The body blocks are real, and the antlers are taking the dirt now.
Yeah, and you know, there was definitely no overkill there. Not against the level 9 team as level 12, gotta say. Hold on, wait, I turned off my sarcasm meter. There we go. All right, they're going back in here. They look like they want to make into another huge wipe against the enemy team. Hakai so close to dying. Oh,
Silence arrow miss!
didn't quite connect. The Psionic Storm gonna take out Zeratul, and oh man, that's not gonna help the relations between the Templar.
Ooh, the missile barrage coming out from that Odin is enough to take Diablo down another peg. We still do not have those heroics, and the second keep is looking like it's on the chop block of Shampoo. It is going down, and it's gone.
These giants have been alive for so long, the giant camp came back.
Could you imagine getting 6 giants down here if that top one actually wasn't gone? And speaking of the giants, the top ones are actually pushing. Well, I don't think they're going to get the same value, but it's the similar concept. You can just get so much damage from unattended giants. And we got mines coming up too, Shamtu.
Well, the mines don't really come up. They go down. You have to go down into the mines. But I don't think I've ever seen that before. Absolutely ridiculous.
Those giants, for the recap, you took them here. They defended the golem. We got a mule working on this bottom gate, by the way. It took this gate. It took this fort. It took this gate, and it helped take this keep before they were finally laid to rest. Hardest working giants NA.
They made some giant plays, I gotta say. Oh man, it looks like there is gonna be a little bit of a scuffle over here. A Void Prison's gonna come down, but I mean, can't Tychus run into the Void Prison and still be able to escape? Isn't that what he did in like Wings of Liberty?
Yes, let's just go with that.
He escaped prison. He's a prisoner.
He escaped.
No? Okay. All right, we'll keep going. Grave Golem now starting to go down here in the mines, and this is gonna be a thing for them.
That one totally went over my head. I'll give you that. Yeah.
All right.
92, even stronger golem going to be coming down the pipe here, and it's right on top of that core. 68%, and Shield says, I will put money down that this is game over, Sham2. It's going to be about a 12-minute win.
Yeah, oh man, they pick up Boost Dude at the very end. I don't even know if the rest of the team is really kind of looking like they even want to defend this. They're going to bot lane. I think they're just trying to push out that lane. They're going to just try and defend this as hard as they can, but 14-11 in the levels. A 92 skull golem.
Yep, and a level 14 team to boot as well. 11 minutes in, Valid just gets evaporated. He is out for the count again. Silence Arrow hits the kill fast. He just can't do anything, so he stands around and looks good. This isn't even going to be a 12-minute win. It will just be back-to-back 11-minute wins. Pundemonium will move on to the round of 64 here for your BlizzCon, Road to BlizzCon June qualifiers 2015.
They even threw down the Manor Mule. Pundemonium.
Well, you have to throw down the Manor Mule.
You have to throw down the Manor Mule. It's actually quite the opposite. It's called Manor Mule sarcastic. You know what? Never mind. That game. All right. Well, Pundemonium's going to go forward. There wasn't really much analysis I can do on that game other than Pundemonium did really well here. However,
as you said, they were no jokes, sir. They were no joke. They were with the meta. They somehow got back-to-back 11-minute wins, which are likely to be our fastest games recorded today. And they brought the pain. Like early on, they had good splits, they had good rotations, they had, you know, phenomenal choices overall. And on Haunted Minds, it's not about the team fight, it's about the push. And they had an extremely good push team.
Well, that's going to push them forward into the next round of the bracket. That's going to be the round of 64, and unfortunately, they're going to have to step up their tempo because Tempo Storm is going to be their next opponent.
Reverse 11-minute games, maybe?
Yeah, this is going to be really, really brutal. However, we'll see how Pundemonium does against their opponents. Meanwhile,